Junior Beats Production. Hottest beats from Black City.
Hey, you know that shit knocking. I'm just waiting a minute or two for some people to come in. The chief is coming. I'm coming. Y'all know I like that funk and that gangster rap. All right, all right. So, what's happening, Facebook family? This is Chief X, the God best reincarnated, and I'm doing a debate review, okay, because a lot of people have horrible listening comprehension and they're gullible, okay? So me and Brother Polight had a debate maybe, what, 6 months ago? And the topic, which is important, was meat and plant diet. Excuse me. Plant iron versus meat iron, and meat protein versus plant protein. That was the topic that we discussed, okay? Now, intelligent people or scientific people, it was clear to them that I completely spanked Polight, and it was child abuse. But groupies in the anti-science crowd seemed to differ and didn't get it. I said, I don't know what you guys were watching. You had to have bad listening comprehension. Because to think Polight beat me in a debate is insane. Okay? I've had 5 debates. I'm 5-0. I won't even take a debate if I think I'm going to take an L or if I think I'm wrong. I won't do it. Okay? So we're going to review this, and there's 3 rounds. Okay? Some of you guys have seen the debate, but without my touch on it and review on it, things go over your head and you don't get it. Because a lot of people like to hear rhetoric and entertainment and fast and slick talk, and they think that's sufficient. So they said I was emotional in the debate, and we're going to show that I wasn't emotional. Okay, so we're going to go over the debate that we had, and I put SaNeter's name in the caption because SaNeter loves to spread false rumors and false narratives, because he protects a couple people that are on the show always. He protects Polight, and he protects Dr. Phil Valentine. Okay, when he has those two on his show, you can't say anything in the chat negative. You can't challenge them. He protects Polight and Dr. Phil Valentine. Okay? There's no protection here today. And we're going to clearly see this. Okay? So I was just sick of SaNeter's lies and his false narratives and him deceiving the people as if Polight beat me. And I'm just always sick of Polight's bullshitting ass. So we're going to review this, and you guys need to listen closely. I did 3 presentations. One on protein, next round was on iron, and the third round was on the nutritional value of milk. Okay? Polight never did present either round, and I don't know how people missed it. All he did was cry about the spanking I gave him, and people bit. Okay? So we're going to see this very clear, and I'm going to narrate just the first 3 rounds. Hold on, my daughter's coming home. I might have to go to another room. Hold on a second. Oh, come on. So I'm doing a video. So. Hey, friend, how you doing?
Yeah, how are you?
All right. I'm doing a video, so y'all gotta excuse me. Danny, you can hang in the room. Okay. Okay. Okay, so we're gonna play round 1, 2, and 3, and it's gonna be very clear. I told people earlier, I have no problem with vegan or vegetarian diets. They're healthy. Why would I have a problem with eating good fruits and vegetables and getting your nutrition? I have a problem with the misinformation about veganism, the misinformation about vegetarianism. Okay, now to be clear to the public, this debate title is always key. The debate title is always key. The debate basically is about plant protein versus meat protein. Plant iron versus meat iron. Remember that, because we're going to stay on topic. I had to say that during the debate because Polight will flim-flam the public, okay, and get to freestyling. And you'll later see that he didn't want to do the rounds. He just wanted to ask the audience to ask questions, and he did that so he can freestyle and sound good. I actually presented. Let's go. Plant and meat, iron and protein. So let's go. I'm about to share my screen, SaNeter.
Right, hold on. What I want to show you is right now. All right, I didn't know you would start now, so we're going to start your time right now. We're going to start this over and start your time, like right now. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, so was I not heard?
Yeah, you was heard. Go ahead. We starting your time right now. Go. It's over.
Okay. So to be clear, this discussion is about plant versus meat, protein, and iron. Is a vegan diet best or meat diet best? Okay? Let's be clear. Plant versus meat, iron and protein. Which one is better for you? Okay? See, I come with facts and not opinion. He called me a neophyte, but as you will see, this will be light work. And before we came on, I told SaNeter this is going to be chow release. Okay? So let me share my screen real quick because this is real basic. Okay. Protein. I'm going to discuss plant versus meat protein. And we're gonna be clear. I hope people can see my screen.
We see it.
Okay. Protein is important for growth and development, and is also one of the 3 macronutrients in food that provide calories or energy for the body. Each gram of protein provides 4 calories. What is it? Protein is found in foods from both plants and animals. So yes, you can get protein from plants and you can get protein from animal sources and dairy sources. But one is better than the other, and I will show you. Protein is found in foods from both plants and animals. Protein is made up of hundreds of thousands of smaller units called amino acids, which are linked to one another in long chains. The sequence of amino acids determines each protein's unique structure and its specific function. There are 20 different amino acids that can be combined to make every type of protein in the body. These amino acids fall into 2 categories. Now, I said in this debate that there are 20 amino acids. In general, there is. He cried later on saying that there are 22 amino acids and I left out 2 amino acids, which I did. Those 2 amino acids are considered synthetic amino acids. Okay? But in general, there's 20 amino acids. Let's go. Okay? So with proteins, you have amino acids. You have essential amino acids and you have non-essential amino acids. Essential amino acids are required for normal body functioning, but they cannot be made by the body and must be obtained from food. Of the 20 amino acids, let me close this out. Of the 20 amino acids, 9 of them are considered essential. You have non-essential amino acids can be made by the body from essential amino acids consumed in food or in the normal breakdown of body process. Of the 20 amino acids, 11 are considered non-essential. Where is protein found? Protein is found in a bunch of food: beans, dairy, eggs, grains, meats, nuts, seeds, seafood products, soy products, etc. Okay, let's get to the meat of what I'm trying to say. There we go. My computer's a little slow because I have so many screens up. Here's where we kick it. This cannot be refuted. This is facts. I'm not giving you my opinion or something I think. I'm giving you the reality and the science. You have complete proteins and you have incomplete proteins. Bottom line. Complete proteins, let's read about complete proteins. Complete proteins contain all of the essential amino acids in adequate amounts. Animal foods such as dairy products, eggs, meat, poultry, and seafood and soy are complete protein sources. What that said was meat and dairy protein are complete proteins. Listen, incomplete proteins are missing or do not have enough of, enough of one or more of the essential amino acids, making the protein imbalance. Most plant foods such as beans, peas, grains, nuts, seeds, vegetables are what? Incomplete protein sources. SaNeter, if I owed you $100, you want your complete $100. You don't want an incomplete $100. You want all your money. So what you want is a complete protein. If I gave you an incomplete protein, I would only give you $50 instead of $100. This is common sense. How much time I got, SaNeter?
It's right there on the screen, and you can see it at the bottom of my screen.
Well, I'm sharing my screen, so I can't see it.
Okay,
but
I showed it to you.
Okay, cool. Let's go. So, complementary proteins, we don't need to get into that. It's a little extra. I got 2 minutes. Okay. So, plant proteins are incomplete. Meat and dairy proteins are complete. This is common sense. So let's move on. Oh, this computer's slow. So let me just go off the head because I got like 1 minute left, I believe. I can't see the clock. But I eat meat, okay? I eat a lot of fruits and vegetables also. Also, I take moringa, the most nutritious plant on earth. But if I'm giving something to a child, I want to give them complete nutrition rather than incomplete nutrition. Polight can use big words and say everything he wants for this next 8 minutes when he goes. But he has to deal with the fact that plant protein is incomplete and that meat and dairy sources of protein are complete. There's no way around that. If he says anything different than this, he is lying and making up something. I concede my time, SaNeter.
All right, thank you, my brother, Chief. Right.
Now look at Polight biting his shirt. He's shook right now. He's very shook. And you'll see him begin to cry and complain because there's nothing he can do with that information about protein being complete with protein being complete with meat and dairy, and protein being incomplete with plant and iron in general. It's nothing he can do with that. He knows it. He is shook. He can't even do a presentation on protein, and he won't, as you will see.
Right now, my brother Polight, it's on you, my brother. And let me reset the clock so you can see it. I told you, y'all. I think y'all both need 10 minutes, but we'll see how this round goes, and then we can open up 2 more minutes. Brother Polight,
hold on.
We know it will start as soon as you ready to go in.
Okay, hold on. I'm just pulling out the flyer. That's all I'm doing.
Okay.
Once I pull up this flyer.
Right, it ain't started yet. I got you.
Oh boy. This is hilarious. Hold on. Let me just get the flyer real quick.
Yeah, you know, I want all my essential amino acids, not just half of them. And I only can get that from meat and dairy.
All right, Chief. Okay, you got to put it on mute, Chief.
Oh my goodness, these people.
He got to laugh to keep from crying. There's nothing he can do with the information I dropped.
For the best. What you find?
Put it on mute. Put your joint on mute, brother.
No, it's okay. He can keep talking himself into a hole. I actually like the fact he's talking. Yo, you cannot microwave information. You gotta stop doing that. All right, there we go. I'm building it up as we go. Boom, here we go.
In other words, he's just typing his own thing. He never presents.
So let me just put this flyer here. Boom. Change the size.
Come on, Polight. Let's get it.
I'm ready. I just had to get the flyer off the internet.
Okay.
All right. To make that my first slide. Because we want to control the narrative. But I don't mind. I'll go the direction of the narrative you want to go.
We're going to start when you're ready.
Okay, I'm ready. Where's the, I got to find the screen where we're doing the live. I'm sorry, hold on.
And for the people that's watching, y'all can also look down at the bottom of the screen and y'all will see the time also. The time is moving. It's at the bottom of your screen. So y'all can see it as well.
I'm looking for the damn, oh, there we go. Okay, hold on. Yo, I think you need to send me the link again. Oh.
I paused it. This dude's not even ready. This is how shook he is.
I might have closed the window where I could share my screen.
We are here, like we see. All you gotta do, open the window.
Let me just say something to the audience.
Yeah.
Polight can use Wikipedia or anything he wants. The facts don't change. When you research complete and incomplete protein, it says the same thing. All y'all got to do in the chat is Google it.
Okay, brother. Okay.
I paused it again. I said that for a reason. Wherever you look up plant proteins, complete and incomplete protein, it's going to say the same thing. Whether it's Wikipedia, PubMed, or anywhere you search.
Well, I'm coming back into this thing again.
All you gotta do, if you can't do nothing, sign out and come back in. Right?
I just did.
Okay. You see it? Okay, there you go.
I'm back at it. I couldn't see it.
What about now?
Yeah, I can see it now. I just signed back in.
Okay.
Can you see me?
Yes, I see you. You ready?
All right, yeah. So let's
keep going through this, man. Let's go. It's on you, Polight.
Let's go. All right, 8 minutes. So let me first do this part.
Now, mind you, he spends his whole 8 minutes talking about how many amino acids are there. He never did a comparison between meat and plant protein. He never did a comparison in a presentation. Well, I don't know what you guys are looking at or listening to, unless you're just a groupie or dumb as hell. Start the time, sir.
Not yet, brother. I got you. I'm gonna do the same thing I did for you.
You can start the time. He got his extra comments in and all that.
Just y'all respect the moderator. I got y'all. I know when to start.
Yeah, I
didn't stop, right? All right, go ahead. Let's go.
Now, what I want to say is to everybody, I can't wait till we get into the question and answer phase of this debate. So we
pause. Listen to what he says. I can't wait till we get to the question and answer, because he wants to be able to freestyle and just talk off the head and make up shit. He cannot produce a presentation that goes against what I said. He can't do it.
You can see who really knows what they're talking about, because already, people, when you source material, you should say exactly where you're sourcing the material from. I can tell he randomly Googled the information. Why? Because he already gave us misinformation. So I'm gonna give y'all this. And I made 2 corrections already, and I'm gonna show you my screen with the corrections. Then I'm gonna close out, and I'm gonna start talking to y'all directly. Because I was told today we wasn't doing slides. When I got on the phone, I was told we're not doing slides.
You hear him? Mad that I presented and had slides. He knew he was supposed to come to the debate with a presentation and a comparison between meat and plant protein. He can't present because if he shows anything, it will agree with me. So he cries. First of all, this was disrespectful. He picked this, photoshopped a picture of me, then put a picture of him in the damn gym. His whole intent from jump off was wrong and childish. Let's go.
We just gonna go straight from the head. That's what I was told. Luckily for me, I am the damn slides. I am the book of Eli. So none of this bothers me any damn way, because I know what to expect. So right here, clearly, this was the flyer that was put out, and these were the things that we agreed to. Is fasting good? This is what we agreed we was gonna debate on.
Now, SaNeter, Polight and SaNeter knows that I had no disagreement with fasting. I told both of them we're not going to talk about fasting. I don't disagree. Fasting is fine. So that was scratched off.
The actual text. Now, if I have to screenshot the text to show forth and prove what we were supposed to talk about today, I'll do that too. I don't mind talking about animal protein versus plant protein, and I don't mind talking about animal iron versus plant iron. I do not mind having that conversation.
That's the fucking debate, idiot.
I do not want to omit the fact we're also supposed to be speaking about is fasting good and is milk good for us. And the theme of the debate was meat versus plant-based diet. This is the actual flyer that's on SaNeter's page. This is the flyer that's on my page. These are the terms that we agreed to. I don't know why he's leaving out fasting. I don't know why he's leaving out is milk good for us. But I do concede that we also will be talking about animal protein versus plant protein and animal iron versus plant iron. So again, the title or the theme is meat versus plant-based. That is the theme, not plant protein, animal protein. That's it. No, we're not doing that. We're going to discuss these 4 things, whether you...
He's so shook, and he's not realizing. We got 3 rounds. I had a plan. Mine was to talk about protein the first round, iron the second round, and milk the third round, which I did. He didn't do either in no round. I don't know what people were listening to.
Want to stand on these things you've been going against or not. We're going to discuss them. All right? Now, let me go into the next slide. I want everybody that's online now to do me a favor and see if you're missing anything. I corrected him twice since he's been talking. First of all, he says that there...
Pause, I pause. Realize he's not doing a comparison presentation. All he's doing is crying and trying to tell people I missed an amino acid. I said there was 20, but he's trying to say there's 22, which there is, but there's 2, what you call them, synthetic proteins. Excuse me, synthetic amino acids that he's going to cry about that I didn't mention. And those are inserted and rare, and they call them synthetic amino acids. He didn't touch on the topic. He deflected to talk about how many amino acids I said. And people, just gullible people, just bit on that and act like, oh, Chief X was wrong, oh, Polight got him. It was just the most pettiest shit I've ever heard.
There are only 20 amino acids. That is a lie. That is incorrect. There are not 20 amino acids. There are 22 amino acids. He's wrong. And one of those amino acids is created in the event your source for protein is compromised. And I'll explain that later. And that's called...
That's a lie. But just to be clear, let me just show y'all something else. Hold on. Bear with me. As you see here, let me see if I can blow this up. Okay. It says amino acids are organic compounds which contain at least 1 amino acid. In the human genome, 20, just like I said, amino acids are created to build proteins and therefore term proteinogen. Besides this, there are approximately 250 amino acids which do not form proteins. But no one was trying to get that damn technical to talk about there's 250 amino acids. Just in general, the human genome, 20 amino acids are created. There's 11 non-essential, 11 non-essential, period, which is 20. But he's being petty. Let's go back.
Selenocysteine. In the event you have the type of diet he's telling you to have, you're going to need this thing called selenocysteine, which is when they replace sulfur with selenium. Because
that's a lie. Anybody can fact check it and look it up.
I'm not even going to go there. I don't even want to tell you nothing because I know he's a Google fiend. He's probably Googling right now to try to catch up. I want the questions to come to both of us so we can see who really knows what they're talking about, because you messed up, buddy. It's not...
Again, he's crying and he doesn't want to do a presentation. He just wants to skip everything and have a question and answer period so he can just freestyle off the head. But none of you idiots caught it. None of you gullible groupies caught it.
20 amino acids to 22, okay? And the 22 amino acids that do exist are 1, selenocysteine is what it's supposed to be called, Miss No, selenocysteine, right? And pyrrolysine. So those are two amino acids that are not included when you just randomly look up the information. Another correction I must make. He said there are essential amino acids and non-essential amino acids, but he didn't tell you that there are also semi-essential amino acids. Because he's Googling the goddamn information, and you can't microwave health information. This is only our life we're talking about, people.
Now, you pause this again. When someone says, you're Googling, you're using Wikipedia, that means they lost the argument and are reaching for excuses. First of all, Google is just a search engine. It takes you to the sources you're looking for. So when people say, oh, he's Googling, he's using Wikipedia, that means they've lost the argument, they're crying, and they're looking for some excuse. This is what this cat is doing.
So let me get out of here real quick. Can you see me again? Okay. So what can we conclude? This is completely light too. I told you he's a neophyte. All I gotta do is sit here and listen to him, and I can tell he randomly Googled whatever he can pull up. He didn't cite his source, because if he cited his source can be scrutinized. And I can tell y'all right now, if you look up selenocysteine and pyrrolysine, what you're gonna find out is those are two more amino acid groups. Two more amino acids. And we actually have 22 amino acids, not 20. Okay? You gotta pay attention to that. You have to pay attention to that. This is insane. So listen.
Childish as hell. This nigga is childish, I'm telling you. He can get over on all them other cats when he rap, but if he talk to me, I'm cutting the ring off on him.
The reason why you need that 21st amino acid, selenocysteine as an example, it's because when you take in proteins from animals, animal protein is high in sulfur-containing amino acids. When you take in sulfur-containing amino acids, your body has to buffer the sulfur with calcium. Okay? Your body has to buffer the sulfur with calcium because the calcium makes your body acidic. I'm gonna save some of this information now. We're gonna take our time with this information.
Now, gullible people actually believe what he's saying right now. This is why he's not showing a source like I did. I totally presented and proved everything I said. He's talking off the headline and making up stuff. But a gullible idiot wouldn't know any better because it just sounds good. All of it is bullshit.
Okay? So the first thing you got to understand is you need selenocysteine because the selenium is going to be also used when you get, let's say an example, animal protein that changes the potential hydrogen of the human body. Because when you take in sulfur-containing amino acids that come from animal proteins, the pH is compromised. What else do we need to discuss? We're going to discuss why he didn't mention.
You're talking about the pH is compromised. Your pH is set at 7.4 and doesn't change. If it deviates a little bit, you're going to be in a coma and die. Let's go.
And semi-essential amino acids. The reason why he didn't mention why or what is non-essential and what is semi-essential is because the body can transform some proteins into other proteins, just like it does sugar. The body can take sucrose from a plant and turn it into the glucose and fructose that it needs. Likewise, I give an example. What meat eaters brag about needing is a gender that's been employed by who? The pale beast, because he needs to eat a certain way. He can take more sulfur.
So he says the pale beast. What he's doing is playing on your emotions. Later on, he used white supremacy. I don't know what white supremacy and the pale beast has to do with a simple fucking discussion about protein and iron. Whenever, like Tariq Nasheed does it, whenever you hear him say white supremacy and white supremacy and the pale beast, that's trying to cater to your emotions. So you can be like, yeah, yeah, yeah. And it has nothing to do with the topic at all. Stop being fooled, y'all.
Then we can take sulfur. So now let's take our time. First of all, let's remember that he said there's only 20 amino acids, and it's actually 22. The two being pyrrolysine and selenocysteine. Let's do that. Secondly, let's understand that you need selenium or selenocysteine. The selenium actually replaces the sulfur part of the group. Chemically, when a person has too much sulfur in their body, the selenium is there to clean it up. And this only happens when you take in when you take in meat for protein. Okay? Next, we have to understand when we're talking about these amino acids.
He doesn't show and prove a bit of this. He's made it all up and it's a bunch of bullshit.
What are the semi-essential amino acids? The semi-essential amino acids are the amino acids that the body can make itself from the original. The non-essential amino acids you actually need from your diet outside. And for any so-called amino acid, he says you cannot get from a plant, I want him to name it. And I will show you where you can get it from a plant. And I'll show you where you can't get it from the meat. Secondly, for we did semi-essential, non-essential, and essential amino acids. The essential amino acids that he's bragging about are outdated by the time you get to a certain age. So you don't need all the proteins that's on the 20 protein list he got. You do need 22 in general, but they are outdated at certain given days and time. I'll leave it like that. So first of all, people, just remember this. Remember this, people. He gave you the wrong number of amino acids because he's Googling the damn information.
The debate is not about how many amino acids there is. That's all he did this whole round. Was be picky about how many amino acids. That's not even the debate topic. And nobody got it.
It's 22 amino acids, not 20. Secondly, he told you there's non-essential amino acids and essential amino acids, but he never told you there's semi-essential amino acids and a distinction amongst the three. He did not tell you that because he did not know that because he didn't have enough time to Google because he's doing this on the fly.
All right, thank you, my brother Polight. Now, what I suggest for you two brothers, I just put an extra 2 seconds on the clock because I want to give you.
I don't need that. I want to stick to the 8-minute rule.
All right, you want to stick to the 8? Same with you, Chief?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so I think because both of y'all are long-winded, I think our people don't want to be cheated on the information. That's why I said I give y'all extra 2.
If you don't want to cheat the people on information, start asking us some questions.
Yeah, I'm going to do that.
There he go again. He basically bailing out on the debate. Let's just do questions and answers is what he's saying. I need to bail because I can't present any information. As you notice, this round topic was about protein. Meat protein versus plant protein. And I totally presented. I broke it down meticulously. He never presented at all and did a comparison. And nobody's seen it. All he did for 8 minutes was cry about how many amino acids there are. And if I want to be that damn technical, I can say there's 250. There's not 20 or 22. There's 250 if we're being technical. But in general, there's 20 amino acids. Don't let him throw you off. Here we go.
No, I'm going to do that when I get out of the 3 rounds. After I give y'all the 3 rounds so the people can be able to vote 2-3, 1-3, or whatever. 3-0, 3-zip. So, Chief. Hold on.
SaNeter has to let him know that there's 3 rounds, Polight, that we're not just going to jump to some questions and answers so you can freestyle.
The questions don't count as a round?
Hold on,
We're not on your time, G. I'm trying to find out what's the rules of engagement, so I know.
All right, what I'm saying.
I'm not prepared.
When y'all finish, hold on, both of y'all. When y'all finish the 3 rounds, we on the second one. That's when I start asking the questions for both of y'all. Is that cool?
I don't understand what you mean by the second one after 3 rounds. What are you talking about?
All right, this is the second round right here.
Okay, so after we finish this second round, the third round is questions?
No, after you finish the second round, and then y'all got the third round, because y'all want to have a rebuttal. And then after the third round, then I will begin to ask y'all questions. Is that cool?
I don't mind. I just don't know what we're going to talk about. Go ahead.
You're talking about, I don't know. You're talking about, I don't know what we're going to talk about. We have an actual topic that he wants to avoid. And you idiots can't see through that?
All right, so
Because hold on, Sal.
you can talk about
real quick.
Yeah.
When I was told we was going to be debating about, he said something totally different.
No, I didn't. I'm not finished yet. I mentioned 3 different things. That's what
I can't mention what's on the flyer.
No, what's on the flyer? They said I was emotional. I'm sitting here calm and cool going by the rules. Polight is all over the place, trying to bounce out the debate, just want to do question and answers. He's shook. He's shook.
Time to go. So he might mention it now.
Okay.
So Chief X, it's on you, my brother. The clock will start.
All right. Chief X back at you. And that was a bunch of crying and making up a bunch of lies. I know exactly what the debate title is. Okay, I've read it several times. Okay, I was just speaking on protein because I was going to hit iron the next round and milk the next round. So I'm being clear and communicating clear with the public.
Let's go. Time's up.
Secondly, there are 20 amino acids. But Polight wants to be petty because I smacked him up and clearly showed that a complete protein is much better than an incomplete protein. So he's erratic right now and trying to save face. So check it out. Now, those extra 2 amino acids that Polight is talking about, let's just read what that is. He's talking about selenocysteine and pyridosine, which are, listen people, because he did a flim-flam on them. That's 20 amino acids, okay? These 2 amino acids he mentioned, let's read what it says, are rare amino acids that are constellationally inserted into proteins and known as the 21st and 22nd amino acids in the genetic code. So there is 20, but he wanted to be petty and say, because I didn't say 22, he wants to act like I just messed up. That's petty shit. There's 20 main amino acids. Them 2 are inserted and they're rare. Look it up. Don't believe me. Second round. Time to go. Let's talk about iron now. Since we clearly, can you see my screen, SaNeter?
Yes, we see you.
My screen, not me.
No, you ain't put the screen up yet, brother.
Okay, 1 second. Let me get that out of
Stop
here.
the clock. Stop the clock.
This is light work. This is suicide for Brother Polight, basically. Okay, let me put my screen up. Can you see it now, son?
Yes, your screen is up and time starts.
Let's go. So, first round, I clearly proved that. I paused it. First round was protein. This second round is iron, and I made a full presentation on iron in the 8 little minutes that I had. He never made a presentation on iron after this, and you guys will see. I don't know what you guys were observing. Anybody say Polight won the debate is a groupie and a habitual liar. You would rather have $100 rather than $50. You would rather have complete protein rather than incomplete protein. The only way you get complete protein is from meat and dairy. You can get incomplete protein from plant. This is facts, no matter if you Wikipedia something, Google it, or whatever. Stop crying. First of all, Google is a search engine. It takes you to the information. So don't let people shame you and say, he's Googling. That's somebody trying to save face. Let's go heme iron versus non-heme iron in food. There are two kinds of naturally occurring irons in food, only two, that are absorbed and handled by our body differently. Let's go. The two forms of dietary iron are heme iron and non-heme iron. Listen closely. Heme iron is found only in meat, poultry, seafood, and fish. So heme iron is the type of iron that comes from animal proteins in our diet. Non-heme iron, by contrast, is found in plant-based foods like grains, beans, vegetables, fruits, nuts, and seeds. But don't make this mistake of assuming it's only in plants. Non-heme iron is also found in animal products such as eggs or milk or dairy, and is also comprises more than half of the iron contained in animal meat. So we have here that meat and dairy is heme and non-heme iron. It's the same thing as saying it's complete iron. Plant-based iron is only non-heme. It's insufficient. It doesn't contain both. It only contains non-heme iron. I mean, what you want, $100 or $50? This is common sense, light work. Another way to think about heme versus non-heme is by categories of food. Animal meat is a combination of heme and non-heme. Dairy and eggs are non-heme. Plant foods are non-heme. But only meat is both. Okay? The way our body absorbs these two types of irons is different. Heme iron, which is meat iron, is more easily absorbed and is therefore a large source of dietary iron for people with both with and without hemochromatosis. Let's read that again. Heme iron, which is meat iron, is more easily absorbed. It is therefore a large source of daily dietary iron for people with both with and without hemochromatosis. Non-heme iron, just plant shit, is usually less readily observed. Do you guys understand English language? It's saying plant, which is non-heme iron, is usually less readily absorbed than heme iron, especially in people with hemochromatosis. Non-heme iron, punk-ass plant iron, tends not to be a big source of dietary iron. Did you hear that? Or are you guys hearing impaired? Huh? Non-heme iron is usually less readily absorbed than heme iron, especially in people with hemochromatosis. Non-heme iron tends not to be a big source of dietary iron. This, of course, is going to be different in those with hemochromatosis, which I will explain more in a minute. How much time I got, SaNeter?
A minute.
Okay. Why does any of this matter? Our bodies absorb the iron from animal-based protein, heme iron, better than the iron from plant-based protein. This is child abuse. Polight should have never taken this debate with me. Never, because I don't come to play. This is one reason why vegetarians without hemochromatosis is more at risk to develop iron deficiency anemia than people who eat meat. The exclusively non-heme iron found in plants just isn't as available to our bodies as heme iron. I'm sorry, it pales in comparison to meat, the iron from meat. So what we have proven so far in these first 2 rounds is Polight has been spanked. Protein and iron, I've proven without a shadow of a doubt, is better in meat. Plant protein and iron is insufficient. Okay, it's lacking. So that's why people always suggest if you're vegan and vegetarian, at least eat some salmon every now and then. I mean, I can save my time. Let's go.
All right, Brother Polight. The time is on you, brother. You have 8 minutes.
I paused it. I did a full presentation on iron, the second round. A full presentation on protein, the first round. He never does one even in this second round. I don't know what you guys are listening to.
We restart your time. You have 8 minutes, and the clock will start, Polight, when you begin to get into your sentence, brother.
Okay. Hold on.
Biting his shirt. Look at him. He's shook and nervous. Look at him.
No sad time, Polight. No laughing. No.
Yo, this is hilarious, bro. Don't tell me how to do
it.
it. All right, hold on. I gotta pull up the damn thing again. Hold on.
Yeah, pull it up again. You gotta go out.
He's not even ready. What he's doing is he's gonna type his own sentence or two in.
Come back in.
Yeah, it ain't gonna take long because this time I just know to go straight to it.
All right.
I don't know where it keeps happening, but I'm about to hit the link right now. All I'm gonna do is just keep making corrections. I'm gonna correct them every round. I'm gonna correct them every single round. Okay.
Put the strap on me.
Okay, so we're gonna go here. All right, here you can see me, right?
Yes.
Okay. Let's go. I'm gonna share this screen right here. Now let's start off again.
All right, let's go, Polight.
Let's do this. So earlier on, he said,
Here he is, back again, crying about how many amino acids. And just won't do a presentation.
that there were 20 amino acids. I corrected him and told him there's 22. He then goes on to say I'm petty because the other 2 actually exist. He says no, because it's rare. When something is rare, you know what else is rare? Trace minerals are rare. You know what else is rare? Essential amino acids are rare because you have to get outside the body as opposed to the body producing them. And as I told you before, selenocysteine is created under the circumstances that you're getting your protein from the wrong sources. I said this earlier. Keep in mind, people.
And that's a bold-faced lie, something he just made up.
I have no PowerPoint ready. I'm just freestyling, and I'm giving you the information so you can look it up, and I'm speaking slow enough so you can...
He's telling you he's freestyling. He can't prove what he's showing. He told you that. And he just to make it seem like it's right, he'll say, you can look it up. No, if you're doing a debate, you're supposed to show us. Everything that you're saying is right and exact, just like I did.
You catch up while we're doing this. So for one, it's not petty to mention the 2 amino acids that exist. Furthermore, I knew the source that he cited was limited because he said 20 instead of 23. Secondly, he said they were only essential and non-essential amino acids. But he never took the time out to tell you they were semi-essential amino acids. So that's 2 corrections so far. I'm going into this one now. All right? So we cited the fact that I'm so-called.
So as you notice, you see him writing his own shit. He can't even present anything. I'm being petty by naming 2 additional amino acids he has on the screen.
He said, if we read this thing, complete protein, y'all, I want y'all to know that's a misnomer. That's done on purpose so you won't be properly educated. Okay? I'm saying that so you won't be that's being said so you won't be properly educated. You can tell the brother mute his mic if need be. All right, so now what
I haven't said a word.
Okay, I'm gonna disregard that on my time. Just give me back 10 seconds. So now what we see is this. He said, I guarantee you, ask Polight or anyone, when we look for complete proteins, we're not gonna see it from no plants. So I'm gonna read this. He said we can Google and pull up anything. Now I don't have a problem with Google. I have a problem with the source material he's using because it's limited, because his source material, case in point, told you there's only 20 amino acids when it's 22. His source material told you there's only essential amino acids and non-essential, but not semi-essential. His source material is telling you that you cannot get so-called complete protein from plants. But let's read. A complete protein or whole protein is a full source of protein that contains an adequate proportion of each of the 90 essential amino acids necessary in the human diet. Examples of single source complete proteins are red meat, poultry, fish, eggs, milk, cheese, yogurt, soybeans, and what? Quinoa. I don't suggest you eat soy. He said, when you play it back, I will not be able to go anywhere online and find a complete source of protein.
Now, what I will admit was I did slip because there are 2 plants that do give somewhat complete protein, and that is hemp seeds and quinoa. Okay, you would have to eat that every damn day, hemp seeds and quinoa, to get complete protein. So 2 plants I did miss out, and that's hemp seeds and quinoa. Quinoa is actually a grain, but it's considered plant-based. So I wasn't wrong, but let's go.
From plants. He just made another error with his Google facts. So I'm not mad at Google. I'm mad at the way he's using Google spontaneously to have a serious debate about naturopathy and holistic health. That is a problem. Quinoa is a plant. It's not a meat, family. And there are more plants than quinoa that gives you the so-called complete protein. But that is a misnomer if you know what a semi-essential amino acid is. That is a misnomer. This is not a valid source where he's getting his data from. So he said, people, I will not be able to do this, and none.
I pause it again. By the way, my data came from PubMed, a respectable source.
Y'all will be able to do this. He said you can Google anywhere, you ain't gonna find it. So I just showed you one. And I showed you exactly where you can go. Type in nine essential proteins found in plants. I typed that in, I Googled it, and here goes the word quinoa. So he's wrong again.
But by the way, I pause it again, excuse me. By the way, he's deflecting so much, people forgot he was supposed to be presenting on iron. Like I did the last round. He's not even presenting on iron. So don't get caught up in this folly he's talking.
He keeps being wrong because he's just randomly Googling and not spending his life on this information. He keeps being wrong, and he's going to ignore it and laugh because he is nervous. That's why he keeps laughing. There's nothing funny about misinforming people. Nothing's funny about that. Now I'm going to ask, heme iron that we get from meat, what is heme iron? Did he mention that heme iron is a damn carcinogen? Do you know what that means? It means...
Now, he spends the next 3 minutes trying to tell people, he's trying to tell people that iron causes cancer. This is how weak his presentation and what he has to go to.
This cancerous. So his only source of iron is cancerous? Are you kidding me? This is what I'm talking about. The only place he's telling you to get iron is a damn cancer site. Iron can cause...
He said a cancer site. Now, I wasn't even on no goddamn cancer site. Polight just lies for no reason. Just to play mind games with y'all.
Oxidative stress and DNA damage. Do you know what it means to have DNA damage? I'm going to explain that when I get out of here. Okay, taken from irondisorders.org. Okay? Irondisorders.org tells you, subsidiary of a government site, they tell you, but they know you don't connect the dots. So they can tell you like this and separate it from the other information. Iron can cause oxidative stress and DNA damage, and heme iron, which is found in meat, not plants. The iron we get from dark green leafy vegetables is called iron fluorine. It is non-carcinogenic. You won't find nothing telling you that the iron you're getting from plants is going to give you cancer, because that's what a carcinogen does. And heme iron can catalyze endogenous formations. What does endogenous mean? Don't skip over that word. It means internal formations of N-nitrosyl compounds, which are potent carcinogens. So, let me get back to this guy right now. Is he going to still turn around and say, it's still light work? Every damn round he makes an error. Or errors, I should say. So now you got to get your meat, pardon me, now you got to get your iron from meat that they make red through adding carbon monoxide to it to give it a hue that's more appealing, one. And then two, you're going to make this your source of iron. What else is wrong with heme iron? Y'all can look it up. Your body doesn't let you know when you had too much heme iron in the first place. Because it's a carcinogen, because it's carcinogenic, you need to know how much is too much in the first place. When you get iron from a plant, the sucrose in the plant gives you this vibe where I had too much to eat. I don't want to eat no more. If you ever had a bowl of string beans, your body will let you know that how much is too much. If you ever had a bunch of okra, your body will tell you.
Are you guys listening to what he's saying? Polight's saying that your body will let you know when you had too much iron. Like if you eat string beans, your body will just let you know that you had too much iron. Where does he get this bullshit from? And why do y'all believe it?
How much is too much? Because the way that these atoms bind, sucrose tells you, yo, you had enough. It'll make you want to throw up. When you get iron from meat, it doesn't have a factor in it. It doesn't have sucrose there to tell you, you know what? I'm about to throw up. I'm having way too much iron to protect you from it. Your body doesn't expect you to take the damn thing in. You get iron from dark green leafy vegetables called iron fluorine. Yes, heme iron absorbs way more faster, and that's why they want you to take it.
See, there you go with another fear-mongering conspiracy. He's saying they want you to take heme iron because it's going to give you cancer. Who's the they? They want you to take heme iron because it's going to give you cancer. That's fear-mongering to play on y'all emotions. You guys don't realize that? God damn.
Because you want to deal with fast food. You want to get the results of getting that iron ASAP. But if you live your life holistically and you compartmentalize that which is on your plate on a consistent basis, you will wait a little bit longer to get your iron, but at least it won't be carcinogenic, meaning cancerous. All right? Don't forget, he said I wouldn't be able to find a whole protein in plants, and I did. And that's not even the only plant. I'll stop.
All right, my brother.
Now, mind you, he never presented on the differences between iron and plant and meat. He didn't. All he did was cry and complain about what I said. That's it. So 2 rounds went by. He didn't present either round. I presented meticulously both rounds. Then this third last round, and we're going to end this. This third last round, okay, is we were almost skipped over milk. So he cried and complained that I didn't present on milk. So I said, okay, well, let me go and do it. Just listen. And then after that, he never presented on milk. Let's go.
Brother Chief X is on you. Unmute yourself.
Right.
We're going to restart this time. Unmute yourself, Chief X. All right, Chief X, you got 8 minutes, my brother. Last and final round. And family, I want y'all out there to judge these rounds. Is it a 3-0? Is it 2-1? Is it even? I want y'all to be the judge out there. Or is it a body bag? 3-0. Y'all deal with this right here. All right, Brother Chief X, you got the floor, brother.
Yes, sir. Can you see me, SaNeter?
Yes, I see you.
Okay. So what Polight did just now was a bunch of fear mongering. He told people that iron is carcinogenic and it's cancerous. And where have you guys heard any sane individual say getting iron is cancerous? He lied. First of all, I sat here 3 different times and said there are 20 amino acids. There are 2 extra amino acids that are inserted, and they are rare. So in general, all health professions, I don't care where you Google it, tell you there's 20 amino acids. I was not wrong.
There are just 2 other synthetic ones that people don't really speak on much. Here we go.
Polight is erratic in making up bullshit. Okay, so he goes on to basically just say, only thing he said was, heme iron is cancerous. And that's a bold-faced lie. Even when he read, if people were paying attention, he read my point and said, complete iron or heme iron are from meat sources. Yes, he did. So let's just go on, because we already proved, we had a discussion on protein, that complete protein is meat and dairy sources. I also proved that the best iron is meat iron because it contains non-heme and heme. Plant iron only is non-heme iron, and you can't absorb it well. These are all facts, and I'll pay anyone $100 on the spot if they can point out one thing that I said was wrong. You can't. A lot of people in the chat is favoring Polight because they know him and don't know me. And they're trying to save face. But anyone, sane person listening, knows nothing I said was a lie. Now, along with iron, we have what we call B12. It's similar, but not the same. And check this out. You can only get B12 from meat and dairy sources. You cannot get it from plant. The only way you can get B12 from plant sources is from a plant called purple laver. And vegans and vegetarians don't even fuck with that. Let me prove my point. People got a problem with every source you put on. This is PubMed. The sources of iron and heme is also PubMed. Says the same shit.
I paused it. As I'm talking, I'm thinking my screen is up, but it's not. But it'll come up in about 1 minute.
Let's go. B12 sources, PubMed, a source that Polight always uses. Let's go. B12 sources and bioavailability. The usual dietary sources of B12 are animal foods. Can you guys read English? And when I tell one lie, point it out. And you get $100. The usual dietary sources of vitamin B12 are animal foods, it says. Meat, milk, egg, fish, and shellfish. Does it say plant sources anywhere? This is PubMed. In case you guys' hearing is bad, let's say it again. The usual dietary sources of vitamin B12 are animal foods. Meat, milk, egg, fish, and shellfish. Now, I said the only plant you can get it from is purple lavender and some other plant, I can't remember the name. Other than that, you have.
Now, you can't, just to be clear, I missed, you can get it from hemp seeds in quinoa. 2 out of 1,000 plants. But in general, plant sources don't contain B12 in general.
To get it from fortified foods. Like somebody fortified or added to your cereal because as a vegan, you're an incomplete eater. So they got to fortify your food with B12 so you can get it. But it only comes from meat. This is a fact. Okay. As an intrinsic factor mediated, intestinal absorption system is eliminated to be saturated at about, let me just get to the meat because this is kind of.
You know your screen is not showing, right? You ain't sharing your
Oh, it's not?
No, but I just got it on you. It's on you, but your screen is not showing.
Oh, my bad. Let me get it up because people didn't see the facts.
Yeah.
I'm just sitting here reading, thinking people looking at my screen.
I stopped the clock for you so you don't know. So you'll see it.
Can you see my screen now, Sal?
Oh, yes. Yes.
Okay.
Now I get your clock.
Okay. In case people didn't see, the screen is up now. PubMed. Vitamin B12 sources and bioavailability. The usual dietary sources of B12 are what it says. Can you read? Animal foods, meat, milk, egg, fish, and shellfish. Vitamin B12 and egg seem to be poorly absorbed. They're trying to tell you it's better than meat relative to other animal food products. Where do I leave off at? In the dietary reference intakes in the United States and Japan, it is assured that 50% of dietary vitamin B12 is absorbed by healthy adults with normal gastrointestinal function. Some plant foods, dried green and purple lavender, like I said earlier, contain substantial amounts of B12. So, let's be clear. Vitamin B12 only comes from meat sources. You can get it from 1 or 2 plant sources, and the main one is purple lavender. Other than that, if you're vegan, vegetarian, you're not eating meat and dairy, you're not getting no B12. Period. Prove me wrong. Unless it's fortified in foods. So the plant foods that it has, because I'm thorough and don't like to be unbiased, I don't like to be biased, I'm unbiased. Some plant foods, and they list them, dried green and purple lavender contain substantial amounts of vitamin B12. But the thing about it is no vegetarian or vegan even fuck with purple lavender, and they didn't even know because they're not scientifically literate and don't do this research. Polight ought to be ashamed of himself for lying. This whole debate started because I made a video proving that Polight lied in the previous video when he was big up and saying plant protein contains all the essential amino acids. He bold-faced lied to the public. And that's why we're here today. I'm here correcting Polight and giving you the facts. Whether you like it or not, it's the facts. You can make up your own opinion all you want, but the facts is iron and protein is complete in meat and incomplete in plants. B12 is in meat and only in purple lavender plants. These are the facts. Now, in case somebody didn't see, earlier, it said Polight won around when did he run around about iron or protein? When? So all that is cancerous is a made-up lie that he just lied to the public on purpose. That's intellectual treason. Okay? It says again, in case you didn't see, heme iron is more easily absorbed and is therefore a large source of dietary iron for people with both with and without hemochromatosis. Non-heme iron is usually less readily absorbed than heme iron. I don't care where you look that up, it's a fact. I concede my time.
All right. Moving into the third and final round, Brother Polight, and then we will begin to open up the floor after I ask these questions. Brother Polight, it's on you. And Chief X, you unshare your screen, brother. Unshare your screen, Chief X.
Okay, my bad.
Brother Polight, it is on you. Time will start, brother. Your last and final round.
Okay. Are you going to ask any milk questions, SaNeter? Because he said the third round he would do milk, and he totally ignored it.
We'll get him in there. We'll ask all these questions.
All right. I'm only asking that question because he threw away his third round in a endeavor to refute the previous rounds that he was getting his behind kicked. So I just want everyone to know, if you play it back, he'll let you know we're going to do milk in the third round, and he threw away the third round so he could redeem himself the previous rounds. Just so everybody knows for the record. We got time. I got time.
He talking about, wait, I paused it. He talking about, I didn't speak on milk. He didn't either. But let me oblige him and speak on milk.
Time starts, bro.
Go ahead. I got time. I got time.
Would you like me to go ahead on milk real quick? I can knock out 2 birds. I can knock out 2 birds with 1 stone.
Hey, brother, I don't mind if Sa don't mind.
If you want to give him some time.
Yeah, I'm gonna give him some time to do milk.
Okay, brother, hold on, giving you some extra time, brother.
Hey, give him like 3 minutes.
Okay, hold on. Let me give him 3 minutes.
Yeah,
I'm a complete brother. I'm not an incomplete brother.
Yeah, you would have completed your round. Go ahead, man. Give you
all right, hold on, Polight. Put it on mute. Chief, it's on you, my brother. I'm giving you an extra 3 minutes. Polight agreed to give you 3 minutes. Let me know when you're ready, Chief.
I'm ready. Stay ready, bro.
All right, time will start now. Let's go.
Okay, let's go real quick. We're just gonna break down milk because Polight seems to act like I'm running on shit when we touched on every topic, and we're gonna keep touching on every topic. Protein, iron, let's go to milk, we can go to B12, we can go to all of them. I'm right on all of them. Milk, this is PubMed. Okay? Let's just see, so you can see. PMC, PubMed. Milk and dairy products. Good or bad for human health? An assessment of the what? Totality of scientific evidence. Hey, see, when Dr. Wesley Muhammad was talking about milk is liquid gold and all this stuff, Dr. Wesley Muhammad was actually right.
Uh-oh.
Polight Lincoln was wrong. Woo! They don't give milk to pets and all these animals and stuff because it's not nutritious. They don't sit here and feed a baby cat no sea moss. They don't feed the baby cat water, Kool-Aid, or none of that stuff. They give these pets milk sometimes when their mother isn't available. But let's go. Background. There is skepticism about the health effects of dairy products in the public, which is reflected in an increasing intake of based drinks, for example, soy, rice, almond, or oat. Now there's skepticism because you got people like Polight, the vegan community, all these memes showing cows and shit. All that is hyperbole and exaggeration. and it's biased scholarship. We're going to get to the real scholarship because I just read it. It said what? Milk and dairy products, good or bad for human health. The assessment of the what? Totality of scientific evidence. Let's make it real brief. I got 1 minute. Let me go. This review aimed to assess scientific evidence mainly from meta-analysis of observational studies and randomized controlled trials on dairy intake and risk of obesity, type 2 diabetes, cardiovascular disease, osteoporosis, cancer, and all-cause mortality. Results. The most recent evidence suggested that the intake of milk and dairy products was associated with reduced risk of childhood obesity. Say what you want, but the facts say otherwise. Reduced risk of childhood obesity. In adults, intake of dairy products was shown to improve body composition and facilitate weight loss during energy restriction. In addition, intake of milk and dairy products was associated with a neutral or reduced risk of type 2 diabetes and a reduced risk of cardiovascular disease, particularly stroke. Furthermore, the evidence suggests a beneficial effect of milk and dairy intake on bone mineral density, but no association with the risk of bone fracture. Is my time up, sir? How much time I got?
Yeah, go ahead. We're giving you an extra minute. Go ahead.
Okay.
It's out.
I want to be fair because I'm a fair brother, spanking polite. Furthermore, the evidence suggests a beneficial effect of milk and dairy intake on bone mineral density, but no association with risk of bone fracture. Among cancers, milk and dairy intake was inversely associated with colorectal cancer, bladder cancer, gastric cancer, and breast cancer, and not associated with risk of pancreatic cancer, ovarian cancer, or lung cancer, while the evidence for prostate cancer risk was inconsistent. So to be clear, if people have bad reading comprehension and don't know terms well, when it says inverse, let me just read this part because people will freak out.
All right, Brother Chief, you done?
Yeah, I'm done. We can move on.
Okay, we're moving on over to Brother Polight. And Brother Polight, this will be your and final round. To be fair, Chief X, would it be all right if I was to give Polight an extra 2 minutes and you would still have more minutes?
Now, basically, I'll pause it again. Basically, the debate is over. Okay? Those are the 3 rounds. He never presents on milk. So I don't want to keep you guys here too long. And after this is questions and answers where he freestyles and makes up all kind of other stuff. But the rounds and presentation is over. I destroyed Polight. SaNeter is full of shit. SaNeter is protecting Polight when he knows he's fraudulent. He's a scam artist. He is no good for the conscious community. He's a fake. Okay? We had this debate because he was lying on a video to some lady at a health food store. And I made a video about that and showed where he was lying and showed the proof. Okay? So, I don't even know if you guys want to get into all the talk and questions and answers, because that's another 2 hours. But this basically was the end of the debate, the rounds. Okay? If you guys have bad listening comprehension, you're not going to get it. Okay? So I just wanted to do a debate review and make sure people knew what the topic actually was. And the topic was plant protein versus meat protein. Plant iron versus meat iron. That was basically the topic. We threw out fasting because we didn't disagree with each other on fasting. And I touched on milk and he didn't. So all the 3 topics, I did a full presentation using PubMed and sources and showed my sources. Polight freestyled, didn't do a presentation on any of the 3 topics, and cried for an entire hour. I don't know what the fuck you guys were watching and talking about saying Polight won. Okay? So, I'm gonna get on out of here. Let me just see if any questions are on here. Anybody got any questions? I don't see any questions. But I see people talking. And that's about it. So that was a debate review. It's clear who won. It's clear SaNeter and Polight is full of shit. And stop believing SaNeter's narratives. Even my peers, Ankh and Garfield, the Amun-Ra squad and Dagger squad, needs to stop kissing SaNeter's ass just to be on his program. Stop kissing SaNeter. See, I'm self-made. I make my own money. I've never had a YouTube monetized. I never made a penny off of YouTube. I never made a penny off of Facebook or anything I say. I've never took a donation in my life. So I don't give a fuck, and I don't have to pay attention and listen to nobody talk that shit. I don't have to kiss nobody's ass. These other cats got to kiss ass to make a little money and make a little side money. Okay? I tell SaNeter to kiss my black ass and fuck off. Okay? That's what I would do. I don't know about all these other people. Okay? SaNeter has a good YouTube thing going on, but he's just the wrong person to be doing it. If there was someone else in his position, it would be much better. I don't know how you go whole decades with all this fancy equipment and all this shit, and you still only getting 10,000 views and shit. And people just starting YouTube views, sitting here getting 40 and 50 and 60,000 views. This nigga got all the equipment, been doing this forever, and only getting 10,000 views, 6,000 views here and all, you know what I mean? That's weak shit. If you do that for a living. These cats do this shit for a living. Scraping around and crying about getting paid and getting donations and shit. Oh, I didn't get to go to the debate. I didn't get to get paid and do the debate and all this old shit. Stop kissing SaNeter's ass. He's a liar. And then he'll turn around after and show no loyalty and lie on you and start a fake narrative as if the Amun-Ra squad lost a debate in the vaccine debate. And all these false narratives. He'll stab you in the back. And you guys know it. And here you'll go up and kiss his ass again the next day. Because you want to be on his program. I don't give a fuck about none of that shit. I'm Chief X. I'm out.